help it. Like, I have to look over to see if I'm muted every time. Okay, so right now we're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitter. We're live on Rumble. We're live on Kick. And we were live on Locals. But again, fucking hell. You guys have been supporting us like crazy. I'm just going to turn it to supporters only and see. Let's see if we do this, okay? So supporters only. Let's see if it works from that perspective. I don't know what the hell's going on over there, but they've been working with us. So the fact that we can reach out to them directly is awesome. So we will work on it. Muted on Rumble, so only on Rumble, huh? Only on Rumble. I see. Okay.
Oh, damn, dude.
A lot to talk about today. We are only a few days away from the election.
Are they going to turn on the air conditioning?
Boy, oh boy, has there been a lot. In fact, look at this right here. This is the Electoral College map based on the most accurate pollster of 2020. And do you know what this means right here? Absolutely fucking nothing. Okay? This means nothing. It's nice to see, but it means nothing if you don't go out there and vote. That's the bottom line. Because while this is happening, then we see this happening. Wow, just 48 hours ago, Donald Trump was nearly up 30%. Now he's up by just 12. Current odds, Donald Trump, 56%, Kamala Harris, 44%. Now, this is the betting market, so take that with a grain of salt, but that's the betting market. So you've got a lot of different perspectives out there, and ultimately, all that really matters is, are people going out there and voting? That's the bottom line. That's all that matters. Are people voting? And if you look at this, like if you go back to this, there's literally no way this is actually possible based on the optics of the last 48 hours. The last 48 hours has been absolutely insane. So, there's just no fucking way that I believe that right there. And how, where does that come from? Does that come from a comedian making a joke? Get the fuck out of here. All right. So no, I don't buy that at all, but I obviously don't buy this either because this doesn't matter if people don't actually go out there and vote. But there has been a massive meltdown today with Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban really did step in it big time today, okay? And I mean, we're going to go over all of the details with this Mark Cuban situation. It is wild. Andrew CR for a 10,000 CRC says, let's try this again, Fig. We love Puerto Rico. We also love Puerto Rico. I would recommend everyone in the chat go watch Az create a tune in Dragonades. Dragonades, that's funny. Fail hard. I haven't laughed my ass off that hard in a long time. I actually want to. I wasn't gonna play Dragon Age, but then I just started seeing people like Actman and Mighty Keith crying on Twitter that a lot of the anti-woke YouTubers are playing Dragon Age, and they were mad about that. And so that was like, well, maybe I do want to play it. Maybe I should play it. You know, maybe I should. That's pretty funny, though. Thank you, Andrew CR. We got Marlena for 20 says, in response to all the trash memes, I need somebody to find the video of the flooding in North Carolina and Tennessee with the coffin going down the flooded river and put a Harris Walls flag on it, then title it Democrats Going to Vote. Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate it. AOE2 Freak says, Cobra Cast. We will not, let's see, Cobra Cast will not compliment you out of respect. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know what's going on around here. Okay. You guys know what's going on around here. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, bro. Emilio with 20 gifted memberships. 20. John Ambler dropped 10 gifted memberships. Let's freaking go. Hayden Wayne says, I just tagged you on X in an alternate map if people don't vote. How long are we going tonight? I have to call out Glenn Beck in a video. I'm planning on going for a couple of hours, and then I'm going to probably stream Black Ops 6. So, yeah, probably for a couple of hours tonight, and then stream Black Ops 6 for a late night of gaming. So Tweeted Tone will quit yelling at me. Hayden Wayne says, damn it, my last super was supposed to be 50. So here, look at that guy. I heard a rumor that Hayden Wayne might make an appearance on our election stream. In order to find out if the rumor is true, you're going to have to tune into our Election Day Spectacular here on the D-Day Cobra channel. By the way, the Hodge twins put out a tweet about like, where are you guys watching the election? I got tagged so many times in that, and I appreciate you guys. It's absolutely insane. So thank you so much. Really nice. That was super nice of you guys to do that. So you guys are the best chat on the internet. Mad Max says, Jeremy, do you think Rogan will sue YouTube for blocking his show? Well, they definitely shadow banned it. They didn't block it, but they shadow banned it. And then he called them out along with everybody else. And then it became unshadow banned. So, yeah, man, it's really interesting how. And now JD Vance made an appearance on the Joe Rogan podcast today. And I saw the left melting down over that. I have not watched all of it, but I watched probably the first 45 minutes to an hour. And JD Vance was really freaking good. Like, absolutely. He was so good. Thank you, John Ambler, for those 10 gifted memberships. Let's show that really quick. I do have a bookmark of that. JD Vance was great. And he just continues to impress, man. He continues to impress. The guy's fantastic. Is this the clip right here? I think Elon Musk tweeted it out.
So far for this plane?
Not that one. My bookmarks are all kind of messed up right now, which pisses me off. This is it right here. Here we go. Watch this. So yeah, JD Vance.
Does it have a back door? Is it like an AC 130, like a back bay door that like opens? Right.
Was just
those things could carry
today.
tanks,
Here we go.
right? AC 130.
Elon purchasing Twitter and
Or
then
yeah, the C-130.
finding out how much of an influence they were having on this, and that they were in fact silencing something that they knew to be correct under a lie, and 51 former intelligence agents signed off on this.
That's right.
It was like, how did they pull that off? Like, just pulling that off is really wild. And the fact that there was no outrage from the left.
Yeah.
That the left was like, it's fine because it's our side and Trump is evil and he's Hitler. We got to get rid of him. So let's just lie about this laptop.
And no consequences.
Nothing.
Right.
The same people that pushed it are still.
And by the way, they still all have security clearances, I believe, which is going to change when we win. But
I love it. I love it.
Also, this is where I always get pissed about the media conversation around what happened in 2020. Is what they'll do is they'll sort of find the craziest conspiracy theory about what happened in 2020. They'll debunk it and say, "Oh, look, this shows that nothing bad happened in 2020." There's a nonpartisan organization that actually looked at what would have happened to Americans' votes if they had just known the truth about the fact that Joe Biden fundamentally had traded his political influence for money. Like, that's what it was. It's an old-fashioned American corruption story. I will give you access to powerful people in exchange for money, right? That was the true scandal of the Hunter Biden laptop. Again, it wasn't Hunter Biden doing cocaine with a stripper.
That was the fun part.
You can say that. I have an election to win.
That last part was so good. One more time. JD Vance is great.
Right? That was the true scandal of the Hunter Biden laptop. Again, it wasn't Hunter Biden doing cocaine with a stripper.
That was the fun part.
You can say that. I have an election to win.
So yeah, man, Vance was from the little bit that I saw, Vance was absolutely fantastic, and I was really, really impressed with him. And it just goes to show how much better Donald Trump's decision making is this time around. And somebody said in the chat that Vance did a better job than Trump. Listen, man, I've said this for a while, and obviously I'm a huge fan of Donald Trump, and no one can Trump better than Trump. He is a once-in-a-lifetime individual, and there's never going to be anyone like him again. But J.D. Vance, does a better job of articulating Donald Trump's positions and policies to a normie than Donald Trump does. Donald Trump, to his supporters and his base, no one can out-Trump Trump. But when you're talking about people that are in the middle, JD Vance does a fantastic job of that. Yeah, that's what he does, and he's great at that. Jackie Johnson for a proper 199. Holy crap. Senior citizens rule. Thank you, Jeremy. You are awesome. Jackie Johnson with a proper 199. Vance has a sense of humor, at least he does, and he showed that today on the Joe Rogan podcast. Proper 199 time.
Should I do it?
Do not come.
I'm gonna do it.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Every time. So good. Thank you for the proper 199. Insane. Let's see. Pre-Dawn Corp says, well, I did it, Jeremy, you fig. I voted in California and Silicon Valley, of all places, for Trump. That's what's up. That's what we like to hear. Dylan for 10 says, I'm starting to get really nervous because I've been thinking about the election. Look, we know they stole it in 2020. So why did they not steal in 2024 election for Trump? Yeah, I mean, I'm nervous too. Okay. I'm extremely nervous. I'm worried. I'm worried for a lot of different reasons. Because as I've said, in a free and fair election, it's not even close. But I think we all know that that's just not the case. You know what I mean? So we got to stay the course. We cannot back down. We got to continue to urge people to go out there and vote like your life depends on it. Gay Carpenter 77 says, the Art of the Surge segments have been fantastic. I want a physical copy because I'm a boomer. I'm man enough to admit the Corey part had me in tears. Hey, man, and I think we'll probably watch a little bit of the third one tonight as well. What's up, Damajanai? It is really good. But the latest news today has been surrounding one Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban really stepped in it today. And boy, oh boy, has there been some backlash. So here's Mark Cuban. Top Kamala surrogate Mark Cuban says no strong, intelligent women support President Trump. They're now openly attacking the millions of strong, intelligent women fighting alongside President Trump every day to make America great again. Will Kamala disavow?
Donald Trump, you never see him around strong, intelligent women, ever. It's just that simple. Donald Trump, you never.
So that has caused quite the reaction, ladies and gentlemen. And here's, I'm sure you recognize this young lady right here. She was in, I think, I have not watched the Sopranos, but I know she's in it. She was in Sons of Anarchy. Okay. She's a very recognizable actress. Let's watch this.
I don't really know who Mark Cuban is. And I don't really give a shit, but I am interested in what his definition of strength and intelligence is when it comes to women, because he seems to be an authority on that subject. And he says there's no strong, intelligent women surrounding Trump. Guess you haven't met me yet, buddy. Huh? Because it takes a lot of balls to come out and support the anti-war machine. And you know it. Everyone else is pandering on the left. In my little Hollywood world, everybody over there is following that great sheep narrative for the great leap forward. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, all of my left behind liberal friends, I'm still a lifelong liberal. Go research it. Understand what's happening on the left. And if you want to attack our intelligence and say that we aren't smart enough because we follow Donald Trump, maybe you need to recognize that some of us did our research. And that's why we left the left, why we're not sitting. All these hippies are moving over and supporting Trump. That's right. I'm wearing a MAGA hat. That means
Apparently,
Make
Trump
America
just
Great
sued
Again.
CBS. It had to do with the 60-minute interview with Kamala.
What is so toxic about making anything great? How nihilistic has society become that you will listen to the people on the left trying to lead you into complete war and destruction and darkness? And you want to attack our intellect because we're supporting the sunshine and freedom and love? Shame on you. I don't know who you are, buddy, but you are not thinking about my children when you make comments like that. And don't talk about the moms of America supporting Trump because we know what's up. Bad move. I'm Dre Mateo. I support Donald Trump like my life depends on it and my kids' lives. Big Daddy T, 2024. Let's fucking go.
Hell yeah, man. She's a badass. She is a badass. And we have another response from someone you may recognize, ladies and gentlemen. You might recognize her. Here we go.
I just got off a plane, so pardon my delay in responding.
And I know the audio is a little low, so
misogynistic remarks. Summer Zervos, Michael Cohen on 3 levels, just confirmed and denied by the Supreme Court of the United States. I'm licensed in 4 states. I graduated college in 3 years. Savage v. Trump. By the way, I could keep going, but those are the cases I win. And your left-wing media and your rhetoric, and you're putting women down. See, President Trump doesn't do that. He surrounds
How
himself
was
with
the poutine? Was it cold when you got home?
You can go to hell. I'm voting for Trump.
Yeah.
I want my daughter to never, ever be around people that speak like you do.
hell yeah. Alina Habba, ladies and gentlemen. And so there we go. Speaking of badass women, it looks like Krista is over in the local chat just spamming, even though the stream died, the chat is still live. And she's bragging about having chicken nuggets. And Krista, she's a Trump supporter as well, you know, because badass women support Trump. That's the bottom line right there. So yeah, Mark Cuban really has stepped in it today. And then Mark Cuban gives this really weird response, which makes absolutely no sense. His response was so weird. Let me see if I can find his response. He's like, I want to clarify something. He's like, let's clarify something. This is what I said during a conversation about why Nikki Haley was not active in his campaign. Quote, Donald Trump, you never see him around strong, intelligent women, ever. It's just that simple. They're intimidating to him. He doesn't like to be challenged by them. And, you know, Nikki Haley will call him on his nonsense and reproductive rights and how he sees and treats and talks about women. I mean, he just can't have her around. It wouldn't work. I'm happy to clarify that. I know many strong, intelligent women are voting for Trump. Your clarification is essentially confirming everything that people are mad about. What a fucking idiot Mark Cuban is. What an absolute retard this guy is. And really what this comes down to, what this truly comes down to is one thing and one thing only. Mark Cuban is jealous. Mark Cuban is jealous of Donald Trump. Mark Cuban is jealous of Elon Musk. He wants to be them. He wants to be like them. They're way too popular. And it drives him crazy that he's not on their level. Mark Cuban is a very successful billionaire, very successful businessman. He's a successful reality TV star. All of these things are true. But he's not on the level of Trump or Elon, and it drives him crazy. I mean, look at this right here. Like, this is this is from 2014. Donald Trump in 2014. Major League Baseball was really smart when they wouldn't let Mark Cuban buy a team. Was it his financials or the fact that he's an asshole? And then Elon responded and said, epic. This is in 2014. There's always a Trump tweet. Always a Trump tweet. So, yeah, man, he's really upset about this. And this is the difference between someone like Mark Cuban and you have Elon and Trump. Usually, when you have major players like this, there's a lot of jealousy. There's a lot of, ego involved and everything like that. Trump and Elon have literally put their differences aside to make America great again. These guys were kind of feuding a couple of years ago. They were taking shots at each other a few years ago. Now look at them. There's no stronger Trump supporter than Elon Musk right now. That is crazy. If you really think about that, that is insane. Ronan the Crusader for a $100 super chat. Despite being an ANCAP, a patriotic part of me still wants to believe that change can be made without resorting to kinetic conflict, which is why yesterday I voted for the man that gave us the greatest numbers of our lives, Donald Trump. Hail the 199, hail Fig Prime. Look at that. That is badass, dude. That's what we want to hear more of. That's what we want to see. That is fucking awesome. We need more of that. We need more of that big time. We need everybody to go out there. If you're sick of the left, listen, Donald Trump is running on hope. He's running on making America great again. He's running on a better economy. He's working on a safer border. He's working on world peace. He's working on all of these things. Do you know what Kamala Harris is running on? Do you know what her claim to fame is? Abortion. That's literally the only thing she has going for her is abortion. That's it. That's the only fucking policy.
Did they have ejector seats back then? Holy shit. You think you'd be able to make it to the door or the hatch, like if you're in like a nosedive in this kind of plane? You're in the cockpit. Oh. Oh yeah.
Tucker is live with Trump. Is that going on right now? Where are they live at? Tell me. We'll pull it up. We'll pull it up right now. Tucker Carlson. Here we go. It's about to start. Stream's about to start. Let's fucking go. We're here, baby. We are here. Here we go. Let's fucking go. Okay. So we're waiting for that to start right now. But thank you, Ronan the Crusader, for showing us the way, brother. That's what's up right there, man. XPS Gamer, don't let fear overtake you. Be happy warriors and vote like hell. No black pills. We know what we get either way. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. Good stuff indeed. Thank you for the 20. Let's see. We've got Rinsler says total grifter and punk. Maybe if I wouldn't mind digging some background or some, let's see. Total grifter and punk. Maybe if I wouldn't mind digging some background or who had experience in politics or not. Is that in reference to Cuban or what? But thank you for the 20. I appreciate it, Rinsler. Let's see. Good evening. There's Eric K is in the chat. Everybody's responding to Ronan the Crusader's massive super chat. Everybody's loving that one. Just Mike says, dropping my subscription fee. I'll watch tomorrow on 2 times. So you sound normal. Thank you. By the way, and I know even though we do have some issues on the locals stream connecting. I don't know why. But the chat is still fucking lit right now. Okay. Like, look at some of these memes. There's Krista in the chat. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa.
What?
What the fuck, guys? All right, I'm gonna be careful with these memes. We got to be careful with that. Okay, here we go. So there we go. Literally lit. Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. All right, let me go back to the Tucker Carlson and Trump. So we're waiting for this right now. Tucker Carlson live tour. Donald Trump there on Halloween night. Okay, Halloween night. So should be a good one. Going to be interesting. This is part of the Tucker Carlson tour. This was announced a while back. I think, isn't RFK supposed to be there as well? Isn't RFK supposed to be there, if I'm not mistaken? Let me see. Let's read some super chats while we're waiting. We've got Love Dogs for 10. Says, guys, you need to watch Surrounded, featuring a liberal freak show Destiny versus 25 Trump supporters. Yeesh. I bet that one's, I don't know what. So Surrounded, featuring liberal freak show Destiny versus 25 Trump supporters. That sounds pretty entertaining. I'm not going to lie. Ghost Crusaders TV says, shame on you, Cobra. Have you not watched the greatest written show in the history? How have you not watched the greatest written show in the history of television, The Sopranos? Yeah, I know, man. Everybody, there's been so much hype for The Sopranos, and one day I'm going to get around to watching it. One day I will. I didn't have HBO when it was in its, heyday, so that's why I didn't watch it. I was broke. I didn't have the money for HBO. Shandog says, it is time to saddle up and join my fellow MAGA brethren of garbage. From now on till election day, I will keep this profile picture up. Hail the 199. Let's fucking go. Oh, you're poor. Yeah, I was poor when The Sopranos was a thing. It's like, I can't afford HBO. That's classy, That's that was a time when I didn't shop. I didn't shop at Walmart. I shopped at the Dollar General, because I was like, Walmart's a little too fancy for me. I'm going to stick to the Dollar General. All right. Now I have elevated, and now I do shop at Walmart like a proper American. But back then I couldn't afford Walmart. It was like, let's go to the dollar store. Okay. Mad Max says, Jeremy, when are you going to get the garbage 199 and the stop pausing 199 shirts and caps? If you guys want it, we will make it happen. All right. So Dumpster Don says, going to DC to take out the garbage. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what we like. like to hear. Avox Prime says, I'm in Glendale, Arizona right now. Arizona represent MAGA. You're there? You're there at this event that we're going to watch? That is fantastic. That's what we like to hear. That's great. Keep us posted, man. Keep us posted. Ministry of Wrong Thing. Trump has rallied in deep blue states, and we've seen the media take Trump is literally Hitler to 11. That being said, where the F is Antifa? Their absence is creepy. Proof they were a paid op. That is true. I'm waiting for a some type of like police brutality story over the weekend or something like that. That's the next one. That's what I'm waiting for that one to be. So we'll see if that happens. You know, those always pop up in election cycles. So I guess we'll see. Aaron says, not muted, but still gay. Ain't that true around here? NDI says, don't loop it, you fig. Spirian with the 199. What's up, Spirian? NDI says, professional my ass. Listen, this is the most professional show in the history of the internet. Okay? It's true. It's true. War Breer for a 199. Thank you, Coalisa. Shut it down. I dare you. Sally Ito says, you're muted, you fig. Jeremy's eyebrow says, where is your Snake Eyes costume, fig? Man, I'm just getting yelled at by everybody. Indy Ice is muted on Rumble, only on Rumble. Daniel Durkee says, what's that at Halloween costume? I love that crazy laugh in FNT. Oh, the Kamala. Listen, man, I can't do a full stream of that. I cannot do a full stream. It's just not possible for me. I do want to make an attempt to start locals over again. Okay. So let me see if I can do this one more time. So we're going to edit. Let's see if I can edit this, okay? We're going to try to see if we can do this live right now, okay? So we're going to remove it, okay? And then save changes. And now I'm going to try to add it back. But I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. So let's see. Save changes, okay? Edit. Locals. Save changes. Let's see if it works, okay? We're learning as we go. We're learning as we go. So we're seeing if we can get this fired back up, because I'm a professional streamer, okay? I mean, I might be one of the greatest streamers that's ever lived. Oh wait, hang on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, should be good. So now we're going to hit refresh. Learning as we go. Okay. And okay. So I started it back. And I'm live now over there. Look at this, motherfuckers. I'm the greatest streamer alive. I restarted the stream. Nobody can fuck with me. That is talent. Tim Pool could never do that. Tim Pool could never do what I just did. So this stream starts at 9. So we've still got 15 minutes. Noted. Thank you for the information. So we've got a little bit of time. Love Dogs for 50. Did you see fuck Joe Biden biting babies today? He did that thing. That was yesterday, right? Please tell me he didn't bite more babies today. Please tell me that. Let's see here. Jackie says Jeremy backs into car spaces when parking. How dare you accuse me of that? How dare you? To be fair, I do back up when I am in my truck because my tires, my rims and tires are so big. I don't when I'm driving my Mustang. But when I'm driving my truck, I do try to back into parking spots. I used to bitch like hell about people that backed into parking spots too. But I have a legitimate reason. My truck is too big. So, because it's like, it's almost impossible to get out when I have to back out of a parking spot in my truck because I can't turn the wheels all the way because they hit the fender. So, but my car, no, I don't with my car because I think that's gay. Mr. Benson says, I don't think Tim can even compete with this show. Listen, man. We're like, Tim Pool is essentially Disney and I'm like an independent studio, and we're pulling just as many super chats as him. Now, am I as do we get the profits he gets? Hell no, dude. How many members do you think Tim has on his website? Guess. I mean, I don't know. If anybody is a part of his website, I bet Tim probably has 50,000 members on his website. What do you think? Think he's at 50K? I would imagine 50K. And then how much is his membership? I don't know what he charges for membership. It's 50K, you think? So, okay, well, that was a good guess. So what does he charge? 5 or 10 or whatever? Or does he have like levels? $10? Compared to our locals, we have a whopping 75 members. Get fucked, Tim Pool, okay? You can't compete with us. All right. The fact that Megyn Kelly is this pro-Trump person is crazy. That is wild. I can't believe that Megyn Kelly, of all people, is a pro-Trumper at this point. Let's see where we're at. What is this? May Musk destroys Mark Cuban and Kamala Harris on live TV. What is this? This is Elon's mom.
Mark Cuban said this about strong and Mark Cuban made the comment about strong, intelligent women are never around Donald Trump. And I wanted to get your reaction to that.
Well, it's certainly not us. And it's certainly not my friends, because they can put sentences together and you know who can't. The absurdity of the absurd in the absurdity and is absurd. I mean,
of course.
Really.
I can't understand her. I've never heard her talk. So let's listen to this one more time.
Strong, intelligent women are never around Donald Trump. And I wanted to get your reaction to that.
Well, it's certainly not us. And it's certainly not my friends, because they can put sentences together and you know who can't. The absurdity of the absurd in the absurdity. And is absurd. I mean,
of course.
Really. Yeah.
The queen of word salads herself, right?
That's Mama Musk, okay? We are so fucking back. Somebody said the other day, you're like, how many times are you going to say we're so back? As many fucking times as I want. What the fuck are you going to do about it? But yeah, that's awesome right there. So Halloween, let's freaking go. All right, let's go here. MAGA forever. Let's see here. Yes, this is a real picture. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a real picture.
Yeah, I know, dude. Yeah, dude, yeah. Dude, what the fuck?
Picture.
Yeah, no,
what
no,
the fuck are we
fucking,
doing?
Yeah, that's nasty.
What is happening right now? Seriously, what? Goodness. Oh, I kind of want to go through AB's timeline, but let me go. I got to be careful scrolling AB's timeline, but I'll show you guys what. Damn, AB, I'm glad I didn't scroll. Holy shit, AB. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Okay, here we go right here. Listen, if I didn't love you guys, I would go ahead and set like a super chat goal of like couple $100 or something, and I'm gonna be like, if we don't reach the super chat goal of whatever it is I set, then I'm going to play this over and over again.
Want to hear the most annoying sound of the world?
Oh. But I would never do that to you guys, okay? Because I love you, chat. I would never, ever grift you. Ever. Okay? That was tweeted by AB, by the way. Let's see where we're at. Oh, no. AB. AB. Hocus Strocus Diddy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. AB might be one of the best follows on Twitter, bro. He really might be. Let's see here. What? AB says Tim Walz watching the Kentucky Derby. Tim Walz watching the Kentucky Derby. Holy shit. AB is a madman. Let's see. Right here. Diddy going after the baby oil. So Diddy ain't letting that baby oil go. Oh, man. AB is savage. Okay, we are currently waiting for Tucker Carlson and Donald Trump to go live. Looks like it's set to go live in about 4 minutes. Let's see. That one. Look at there. AB says landslide dub coming soon. And then you see what he typed with it. AB is a fan. And again, he follows me. My boy AB follows me. And do you know why he follows me? Because of you guys. He don't follow me for me. Who gives a shit about me? He's like, damn, man, that 199 snake pit, them people are crazy. So that's why he's following. There was oh my goodness, dude. AB says Tim Walz's favorite cookbook. Tim Walz's favorite cookbook, 50 Ways to Eat Cock. Woo! Good Lord. All right. Let's see. Jeremy's eyebrow says it genuinely breaks my heart seeing Robert Downey Jr. comply with the system since Iron Man inspired me as a kid and is the reason I'm studying engineering now. Well, listen, man, I would say the easy way to approach all celebrities is to just appreciate the talent that they bring from a creative standpoint, but understand that on a personal level, there is a 95% chance that they're going to be a piece of shit. There are random groups like, Tim Allen or Chris Pratt or somebody like that are cool guys, but 95% of them are pieces of shit. And so, like, for me, some of my favorite people in Hollywood, obviously Christopher Nolan, Christian Bale. I don't think Christian Bale's a good guy. I expect that if I ever met Christian Bale, he would cuss me out. He would cuss me out and he would yell at me. And honestly, I'd be honored if that's what happened. I would expect that from Christian Bale. I don't think Christopher Nolan would even care about meeting me. And I don't care to meet Christopher Nolan, by the way, either. I just wanted to make good movies. Yeah, so I would say just still appreciate the dude as Iron Man because he was a phenomenal Tony Stark, but he's a coward in real life. Diane Morris with the $2. Thank you. Grizzly Nightmare says, what? No Epic Mike on your election day stream? No, fuck him. I don't know if we get enough super chat requests, I might consider it. Ghost Crusader CV says Tim said it wasn't financially beneficial to multi-stream. I know, that's insane to me. I don't understand where he gets that logic. How is it not financially beneficial? Like I have become more profitable by multi-streaming to Rumble and Kick and Twitter and locals than before. Do you know why? Because it's not my decision to tell the audience where to watch me. You make as many available sources as you can, and then you let the audience decide. So, like, we have 300 people watching us on Rumble right now. That is 300 happy people. They would rather watch us on Rumble than YouTube. That's fine with me. There's 2,700 people watching us on YouTube. That's 2,700 people that are happy on YouTube. I don't know how many people are watching on Twitter because it gives you like a, it doesn't give you live viewership. There's like 13 people watching on Kick right now. They would rather watch us on Kick. And then we have the locals chat that gives people that over there. Madam Savvy says, I'm not happy. Well, get the fuck out of here, Madam Savvy. Nobody asked you to be here. You're a woman. We don't care about your opinion. Actually, I'm a fan. I can't even front. I'm a fan of Madam Savvy. I don't know why still. I haven't fully understood why I'm such a fan of hers. I don't really understand it. Make it make sense. Fuck's wrong with me? So, you showed Walls drinking gender fluids from a horse in front of my salad. I think I like Savvy for the reasons that you guys like me, because she's so fucked up, she makes me feel better about myself. That sounds about right. What do you think? I would think that's a relatively good reason. She's so fucked up, she makes me feel better about myself. So there you go. Ghost Crusaders TV. Oh yeah, I got that one. Ministry of Wrong Thing says, I have extra sour cream when you show Hava. Theo says, Jeremy likes rear parking when it's too big. MC Martin says, working theory, Antifa is probably being bussed in as Harris supporters, so they're a little busy at the moment, so they don't have time to riot. It's not a bad theory. Eric K says, lady is a tard, Jer, move on. Username classified. This is the best I could give a homosexual who claims to be black from the waist down. Voted for Trump. Hail the 199. Let's freaking go. Leighton Hallman says, Elon, Trump, and Tucker will be remembered the way Jefferson, Franklin, and Washington are today. Well, we got to bring this victory home first. Got to bring the victory home first. Lying Dogface Pony Soldier with a gifted membership. Thank you. What? Hang on. There we go. Mark of Reality says, at this point, I'm more worried about what kind of nutty BS they have planned for a week after the election. Honestly, I mean, that is something to focus on for sure, because I'm really worried about that. But we got to get there first. We got to get election day there. People have got to go vote for Trump. We've got to make it too big to rig. He's got to win the popular vote. He's got to win the electoral college, and we need to watch the meltdowns. But then we're going to have several months of an absolute meltdown to the level that we've never seen. And I'm worried what's going to happen from that point. Alpha Geek says, speaking of Sons of Anarchy, Theo Rossi Juice was on Taker's podcast a couple days ago. Worth a watch. Hey, that's awesome, man. He was great. I don't know what he's like as an individual in real life, but as Juice, he was great in the show. That whole show, man, there's not one single casting in that show that I think I would change. I think everybody worked in that show perfectly. That was a perfectly casted show. Theo says, for election day, rename the string to the Young Turds. Eric K says, just play the vid I gave you. I can't, because this stream is scheduled to have started 3 minutes ago, so I don't want to miss the start of this. Villa Idiot says, can we get a she's gonna fall again? Damn, for old time's sake. Laughing Man likes this video. Here we go.
Damn!
There is so many questions.
Damn!
Mike Sierra ready for straight out departure at runway
I need to know what led to that point. It's fascinating. Clearly, she had fallen already. What a wild scenario. Babo Yogi says, thanks for no ad reads every 30 seconds. Hey, I'll say this. So our goal with Geeks and Gamers is we've gotten a lot of like ad opportunities and things. We just had a discussion with someone that we've had a relationship with for a while. And we essentially said, instead of reading a bunch of bullshit ads that are just handing us money, we would like to have you guys be our primary sponsor across the board at G&G. The interest is there. We'll see what happens. You know? So we'll see what happens. And it could happen very soon. So, because, I mean, it is. It's like, hey, we believe in this. We believe in this. This is part of what we do. We're interested in making sure that the audience knows it's authentic. You know what I mean? If we can do something like that. So, I personally hate ad reads. Fucking hate them. I mean, we've done some, and we'll continue to do them here and there. I'll also turn down ones that I just can't justify. John Ambler says, you say happy. I'm just here for my daily dose of machoism. Is that what you said? Where did it go? I deleted the tweet now. Did you say machoism? I'll take it as machoism. I like that. Chartard says, how do we overcome 4 days of ballot stuffing in PA? Alien Testosterone says, most of the time we put 199 on shit burning detail in the Salty Army. What's up, Salty Army? Salty Army in the house. I know, John. I know. I'm fucking with you. Thank you. Eric says, for 10 says, do you think Tim Walz and Chunk Uger tag teamed the same horse together at the same time? Which one was the receiver? We are a respectable YouTube channel, okay? We are a respectable YouTube channel. Okay? I don't know why you guys would ask that question when you know that we are a respectable YouTube channel. That's a savvy question. Thank you, Andrew CR. That's a savvy question. Don't bring that degeneracy up in here. It's a savvy question. All right? That's what it is. So let's just keep it there, okay? Emilio with 20 gifted memberships. Thank you. Let's see. Yeah, I'm still having issues on the local side. It keeps crashing on me, so I'm still working on it as we speak. That's why if I seem a little distracted, that's why, because I'm actively working on it. Because unlike Tim Pool, I can multitask. So that's what we're doing right now. Let's see here. Save changes. I'm trying. Working on it. Thank you, Emilio, for the 20 gifted memberships. Appreciate you, brother. Firefuck says, late to the stream, so an hour ahead. I hope we watch JD on Rogan because you've said it isn't about MAGA, it's about the norms, and JD says what Trump does.
No, yes, and I.
Real smile.
The great second hand, saying, how do you do?
Yes.
Those endorsements.
Wednesday, I'll be a little.
And who knows what it is to give it all up for this country. So.
We remember what's happened.
Yeah. Man to man.
That.
But of division that is tearing our country apart. And so I made a decision to run for president in 19 months ago. A little over a year ago, I left the Democratic Party for all of those reasons. And then in August of this year, President Trump called me on August 23rd, immediately after his shooting at Butler. He called me 3 hours later on the telephone, and he asked me to meet with him the next day in Milwaukee. And we had a 2.5-hour meeting then and a number of subsequent meetings. And during those meetings, he urged me to unify our parties and to work with him.
He probably got his dates mixed up.
To reclaim the values that Robert Kennedy stood for, that John Kennedy stood for. He said he wanted to end the forever wars and bring that $200 billion that we've sent to the Ukraine home to rebuild America. He told me that he wanted to end the censorship and end the surveillance and the propaganda. And that he wanted to put an end to the weaponization of law enforcement agencies against the American political system.
It is a big crowd. Harley Dave sent me the crowd. Amazing.
State and corporate power that has turned our regulatory agencies predatory against the American public. And he said that he wanted to make America healthy again. And end the chronic disease epidemic that is destroying our children. And that is an existential threat to our nation. When my uncle was president and I was a 10-year-old boy, the rate of chronic disease in this country was 6%. Today, it's 60%. When my uncle was president, we spent zero on chronic disease in this country. There were no drugs to treat it. Today, we spend $4.3 trillion. 4.3 trillion, that's 5 times our military budget. It's the largest cost to our nation, and it is bankrupting us. And it is destroying us morally. Because we are betraying our children by letting these industries poison them. The rate of obesity at that time was 3%. Today, it's 50% in our children. And 74% of Americans are obese or overweight. Well, we didn't suddenly become lazy and gluttonous. We are being mass poisoned by corrupt industry. In Japan, where they don't have this kind of corruption, the obesity rate is 3%. That's what it's supposed to be, 3%.
Their parliament.
It's not supposed to be 50%. And this is a national security threat. 77% of American kids are no longer qualified for military service because of chronic disease diagnoses. And what are these diseases? They're obesity, they're neurodevelopment disorders, and I'm going to list some of them because I'm a 70-year-old man. And when I was a boy, I never heard of any of these diseases because nobody had them. You know, I had 11 siblings. I had about 70 first cousins. And I didn't know anybody with ADD, ADHD, speech delay, language delay, sleep disorders, Tourette's syndrome, narcolepsy, ASD, or autism. The autism rate in my generation today in 70-year-old men is 1 in 10,000. The autism rate in our children is 1 in 34. In California, as Callie just said, it's 1 in 24. And the rate in boys is much higher. We also saw this explosion of autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis and Crohn's disease and lupus and juvenile diabetes, all of these exotic diseases that we never heard of as a kid. The diabetes rate when I was a kid was effectively zero. A typical pediatrician, when I was a young boy, would see one case of diabetes in his lifetime, in his career, a 40 or 50-year career. Today, 1 out of every 3 children who walks through his office door is diabetic or pre-diabetic. And nobody's talking about it. Nobody's saying anything. Nobody is recognizing that we are being mass poisoned by big pharma and big food. And all these allergic diseases that suddenly appeared. I never knew a kid anywhere in any of the schools that I went to that had a peanut allergy or food allergies or eczema. My brother had asthma, and he was told by his doctor there will never be a cure for asthma because it's so rare that nobody will ever study it. Today, 1 out of every 8 black children in America's cities has asthma. What is happening to our children? And I saw this happening, and I began writing about it, and the media rose up and silenced me in 2005. And nobody would talk about it. The doctors wouldn't talk about it. The pediatricians wouldn't talk about it. The scientists, the government officials. And people warned me, if you keep talking about this, you're going to destroy your career. And I was stunned by this. And for 19 years, since 2005, I spend 30 minutes praying every day when I get out of bed. And
RFK's crushing it right now. Absolutely crushing it.
Yeah.
And my prayer is this. I ask God for 19 years to put me in a position where I could end the chronic disease epidemic and bring health back to our children. And in August, God sent me Donald Trump.
Let's go!
Now we're 5 days out from an election, and it's an election that we are certain to win. If every vote is counted, if all the votes are counted, we're going to win this election. So now, the medical industrial complex, and I want to remind you of this. I've been told to go on a little longer because President Trump is not yet in the building. You know, I was not going to tell you this. When I was 7 years old, I went to the inauguration of my uncle as president in Washington, D.C. And 3 days before that, President Eisenhower, the outgoing president, made what today we have to regard as the most important speech in American history. Yeah. And it was the speech where he told Americans that they should be in fear of the emergence of a military-industrial complex that would erode our democracy, that would subvert our democratic institutions, that would steal our money and steal our resources and bankrupt the middle class in this country and make us weak in the long run. And I urge you to go look at that speech, because after he talks about the military-industrial complex, he says that, by the way, just as bad is the medical-industrial complex, which will pervert science, which will lie to the public, which will turn science to serve industrial and corporate interests, the mercantile ambitions of big corporations. Oh. Oh. As soon as Donald Trump started talking about giving me the power, he asked me to do three things. He asked me to root out the corruption.
This is powerful, man. Holy shit.
And end the conflicts of interest in our regulatory agencies. And end this corporate capture that has turned our regulatory agencies into sock puppets of the industries they're supposed to regulate. And he asked me to restore the tradition of gold standard, empirically based, evidence-based science in medicine in our regulatory agencies. And to restore the transparency so that these agencies must stop hiding science from us when it clashes with the commercial ambitions of the pharmaceutical industry.
How do you not want Robert F. Kennedy?
Not even on Google, you can find it.
Kennedy Jr., Trump, Elon Musk,
go
vote
away from people. If you want to take a vaccine,
stand in line all day
we
long.
believe in free choice in this country. Well, you ought to know the risks and benefits of everything you take. And we need good science for that. And we need informed consent. And he asked me to do that, and then he asked me to end the chronic disease epidemic in this country. And he said, I want to see results, measurable results, in the diminishment of chronic disease within 2 years. And I said, Mr. President, I will do that.
Hell yeah.
Oh. Oh. This has caused a lot of aggravation and apoplexy among a certain class of the medical elites. And today, the Washington Post and NBC and the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal all did articles talking about what a catastrophe it's going to be if I get anywhere near the medical establishment. And I read the articles because I wanted to see the names of the people who were denouncing me. And every one of them is on the pharma payroll.
Yep.
These are what the media calls experts, but these are the same experts that made us the sickest country in the history of the world. Whatever they're doing is not working. We had during this country, these are the guys who gave us the COVID countermeasures, which shut down our schools, which closed our churches, which shut down 3.3 million businesses in this country. All the little businesses, and they left open the Walmarts and Facebook and all of the big people who were cashing in on the pandemic. And these are the people who are treating disease. For them, for these people, the most valuable asset in America is a sick child. They don't want your child dead. They want him sick for life.
Damn.
Then he's dependent on their products.
Dude, he is crushing.
And the more statins they prescribe for heart disease, the more heart disease goes up. The more metformin they prescribe for diabetes, the more diabetes we have. The more antidepressants they prescribe, the more people we have who are depressed. The more Ambien they prescribe, the more insomnia there is. The more opioids they prescribe, the more pain there is. The more Viagra they prescribe, a higher ED goes. And so these drugs, their formula, this pharmaceutical paradigm, is not working. And President Trump wants to do something different. And somebody told me, one of the anchors of ABC today, I had an off-the-record discussion with him. And he said, there's so much division in this country. And I said, that's because you're causing it.
Let's go!
My nephew, who's traveled with me for 19 months, is my wife Cheryl's nephew. And he's been working for me for 19 months and traveled everywhere with me. And he's met President Trump many times now. And he said to me today, he said, everybody who's met President Trump loves President Trump.
That's right.
He said, you can't help but love him. So why does half of America hate him? They haven't met him, and the media is telling them to hate him. And I said this, I said, you're demonizing him, you're vilifying him, you're calling us garbage, you're calling him Hitler, you're calling him a fascist, and of course people are going to hate him. And I said, and by the way, you're writing all these articles condemning me coming into Washington, dismantling the pharmaceutical paradigm. But where are you getting your salary? From pharma.
Dude, this is a legendary
And he said, we tell both sides of the story. And I said, no, you don't. And he said, well, President Trump is saying radical things. I said, like what? He said he's going to pull CBS's license. And I said he ought to pull CBS's license.
Yeah.
CBS doesn't own the airwaves. We do. The people of the United States own the airwaves.
Holy shit, this is amazing.
CBS doesn't own the airwaves. We do. The people of the United States own the airwaves.
Holy shit,
CBS
this is amazing.
is licensed to use the airwaves, but only for a public purpose, to advance the public benefit. We have a doctrine in this country called the Fairness Doctrine that says if you're licensed to own a network, you got to tell the news at least once a day, and you got to be fair to both sides. And I said to this guy, I said, you know, I was running for 19 months when Ross Perot ran in 1992 for 10 months. He did 34 live interviews on the airwaves, on the national networks. And I said, I did 4 in 19 months, and your network never let me on a single time. You're only telling one side of the story. And the only thing you'll report about Donald Trump is propaganda to make people despise him. And you know, one of the things I'm going to advise Donald Trump to do in order to correct the chronic disease epidemic is to ban pharmaceutical advertising on TV.
Let's go!
There's only 2 countries in the world that allow pharmaceutical advertising on the airwaves. One of them is New Zealand and the other is us. And we have the highest disease rate, and we buy more drugs, and they're more expensive than anywhere in the world. Italy spends about 1/6 that we spend on healthcare, and Italians live 7 years longer. So whatever they're doing does not work. And don't you want a president who is going to fix this country? Don't you want a president who's going to end the addiction to foreign wars? And don't you want a president who's going to end the censorship and surveillance and return freedom of speech to our country? And don't you want a president who's going to clean out the corruption and drain the swamp of the regulatory agencies? And get the chemicals out of our food and protect our children and restore their health and make America the healthiest country in the world, which it was when I was a kid. Don't you want a president who's going to make America healthy again? And don't we deserve a president who will make America great again? And will you go to the polls on Tuesday and make sure that we all ride that big garbage truck to Washington, D.C.? Now I want to bring on my friend and one of my great heroes, Tucker Carlson.
Yay! Listen, he did that unscripted. That was unscripted. That was incredible.
The impact of Black Lives Matter and their brilliance, they're not going to stop, and they should not.
That was incredible.
Who are responsible for it are the most dishonest.
We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe.
What you're watching is not a political movement. It's evil. Imagine a government that totally destroys the country and then criminalizes complaining about it.
Free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy.
Yes. Well, the one thing you can't censor is a live event. When he stood up after being shot in the face, this was no longer a man. This was the leader of nations.
Trump is the man who can save the Western world.
Call back Trump.
Call back Trump.
You've been with Donald Trump the last days. Now you're here in Spain.
We're in downtown Madrid going to a nightly protest. Who blew up Nord Stream?
You for sure.
The second you decide to tell the truth about something, you are filled with this power from somewhere else. Try it. The more you tell the truth, the stronger you become.
Free speech is the main right that you have. Without it, you have no other.
And I set up and tore down this stage with my own two hands. We traveled this land, packed tight in minivans. And all this for the
Like to hear about politics because it winds her up, and she says,